Man, they walk me to the police car, and the police reporters were running up to the car, like putting the mic, like, how did you get out of the jail? How did you get out of the jail? And I was like, they let me out. They let me out. So I'm sitting there. I know the charges, and I'm like, it's over. Like, this is it. And 2 detectives came. They came and they opened the cell, and they was like, you know what we're here for, don't you? I said, yeah, I know exactly why I'm here. They were like, well, tell us who did it. I said, they getting in trouble? They was like, probably not.
Are they getting in trouble?
Yeah, but they ain't talking about the case. They talking about who let me out the jail.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So I'm like, they getting it. He was like, nah, they probably just gonna lose their job. They not gonna get charged or nothing.
Yeah,
I said, well, if anybody gonna get charged, then if I can't get somebody in trouble with me right now, I'm trying to take whoever down at this point. Nah, I said, there's nobody let me out. They put an emergency transfer on me, and I ended up getting moved to West High. I get there, and I asked the lady, I said, do you know Christopher Williams? She said, oh, he in the unit you going in. She said, how you know him? I said, that's my daddy brother, it's my uncle. I just left with my dad and my brother, left with my dad, and now I'm down here with my daddy brother who got 75 years for kidnapping.
Jesus.
I go over to the cell, hair grew out on his face. My uncle ain't seen me since I was a kid. And so I knock on the door, he come to the door. He was like, what's up? I said, man, what's up? He just looking. I said, you know who I am? He squinting his eyes. He said, Tommy? That's what he called my daddy. I was like, nah. I was like, it's nephew. It's Boo. He was like, nephew? He said, you still a gang member? I was like, that's the first question. He was like, you still a gang member? I was like, nah. He said, go look, check this out. He said, because I don't got nothing going on. I ain't in that life no more. I don't condone that. He said, if you want to get on the right path, I can help you. I can help you get your job down here. I'm like, what? Hold on. We ain't even caught up or nothing. You don't know why I'm here. What's going on? How you doing? Nothing. And he was like, the path that I'm on, if it's other than that, he was like, man, I can't. And I was like, nah, I've been out of GD. He was like, well, you do hustling? I was like, yeah, but I really
I just got here.
I know. I was like, dang. So they put me in this corner cell with my uncle best friend, which is Dip, which he was in the word too. And over time, I was just like, man, I got parole here and that coming up. And I'm thinking, man, let me figure to see how this work. And bro, I went up for parole, trying to do it right. I had been going to the church. It's kind of switched it up, really playing with God in a sense. I'm thinking, you know, I can be performative and he can bless me. And I had like a year and some change, almost 2 years left. Because they had denied me 2 times already. First time they put me out for 3 years. Second time they put me out for 2. I'm thinking, I'm going to get it this time. Like, come on, I done took all the programs. I ain't had no write-ups. Like, I'm cool. And man, I went up there and wasn't in there 15 seconds. The man leaned over. She goes down in this ditch, and all I hear is a boom. It ain't a gunshot. It sounded like wreck. Like she hit a tree. My homeboy runs back up the hill and comes to the car, and he was like, man, she crazy. She got out running. I said, did she have a purse in her hand? He's like, nah, she ain't had nothing. I said, go back and get the purse.
Right.
So he ran back, got the purse, got in the truck. We pulled out. She had like $1,200, $1,300 in there. And it wasn't 10, 15 minutes after that. 10, 15 minutes, we driving around, police get behind me. My homeboy done went to sleep. I hit 2, 3 lights. It's 2, 3 police behind. I still ain't woke him up yet. I still ain't woke him up.
Wait till we're actually in trouble.
Yeah, I still ain't woke him up. So we riding, and there's like 4 or 5 of them. I tapped him. I said, look, don't jump up, panic or nothing. He's like, what's going on? Because he didn't have his shoes on. He was like, what's going on? I said, bro, the police is behind us. He reached down. He said, for real? I said, it's about 5 or 6 of them, too. He said, how long? I said, they done hit 2, 3 blocks with me. He was like, what we gonna do? I said, I don't know. We finna do something. So we driving, and it's a red light. We the first at the red light, though. When we get at the red light, we literally, both of us, looking out of our rear view, it was enough cop cars to count 12, 13 to the point of where you knew it was a long line of police. Mm. So by the time, it's 2 other police cars that done hit their lights, but not the siren coming down this side of the 4-way. So by the time they get close enough, whoop, you hear the sirens go off. So when the sirens go off, ain't none of the traffic moving. So my first thought was hit the gas. So when I pull off, this police car I make it around him just enough, and this police car, they blocked all the rest of them, which gave us a head start. My homeboy reaches in the glove box, hands me the gun. I hand it back to him. He handed it to me. I roll down the window, throw it out the window in the bushes, and I take out running. And as I'm running, I got a lead on the police. It's two fences, two small fences. I leap one, and when I go to leap the other, my body shut down. I'm literally laying. I thought I was paralyzed. I'm looking at the police run towards me, and I'm having a conversation with myself like, why can't I move? I escaped from jail. Ran across the street. It's one of my homeboys lived over. We looking for people who getting out at the gas station to run in and pay for their gas and leave their car running. Two girls pull up. Both of them get out. So at that point, he jump in the driver's seat. I jump in the passenger seat. We pull off in the truck, and we drive to Nashville, where my granny was working at the Windham Historical Hotel at the time. She don't know we outside in a stolen truck. They got valet. So I tell my homeboy, we pull up in the valet. I tell him, look, just park the truck. I'm going to run in here and get some money for my granny, because we ain't got no money. We got no money. We need some gas. We don't know what we're finna do yet, neither. I run in to get some money for my granny. By the time, my granny don't know what's going on. By the time I walk back out, he's done wrecked the truck and hit some car that's parked, and the valet done got him out of the truck, took the keys out of the truck. Both of the truck doors are open. So I walk over and I'm looking at him. He looking at me. We looking at. He said, what's going on? He said, man, I couldn't see that little bitty truck. He, like the rims, he tried to basically say the rims were sitting up so high he couldn't see the truck.
Okay.
But when he tell me that, I look and I said, well, what are keys? He said, man, one of them got it. One of them got the keys, one of the valet guys. So I asked the valet guys, I'm like, this is my truck. I said, I just want to know which one of y'all got my keys. And the guy who got him, he pat on it. He said, I got keys. I said, I don't know if you really got the keys or not. I said, as you can see, this is an expensive truck. These expensive rims. You can hear it's got loud, expensive speakers. I said, I need to see my keys. I need to see. He said, I called Metro. I said, that's fine. You can call Metro. But I want to see which one of y'all got my keys. That's all I want to see. I got keys, sir. And he reached and he dangled the keys. And I ran over and snatched the keys. We ran to the car, got in, and we drove our way to Atlanta, Georgia. By that time, we go to this gas station. We almost at the gas. Son getting ready to come up, and he was like, what we going to do? I said, man, we're going to have to start robbing people. He was like, well, how we going to do that? I said, with this big old truck. I said, man, we're going to pull over in front of cars, block them off, and get out and rob them on the spot. And we're in a neighborhood. Houses were nice. The cars was luxury. We thinking, okay, this was the money at. And it's my homeboy time, so I'm driving. We get to a four-way. It was a BMW. It's got that, I think they call it mirror tint, where whatever it is. But we're at a four-way, and she's on the phone. And she flashed for us to go ahead and go, because we got the blinker to turn left, because I'm going to turn, and I'm going to stop right in front of her. He going to get out.
Right.
So I turn, and when I turn and hit that left, I hit on the brakes. He jumps out. By the time he jump out and she see the gun, I hear her scream. And her hands went up, and I'm guessing when her hands went up, she hit the car, the gear shift, and put it in reverse. So when the car go in reverse, if you ain't steering the wheel in reverse, it's going to turn. So she hit it, and the car started backing up, and my homeboy is running beside the car with the gun to the window. She goes down in this ditch, and all I hear is boom. I'm standing in the back of the cell. She was like, boy, I ain't got all day. Come on. And started unbuckling her pants. As she walking to me, I set the mat back down on the floor. She got down, tooted up. I looked down. I said, in the penitentiary?
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What does this chick look like?
She was nice.
No.
I keep